Good evening, welcome campers and leaders to the Maranatha Camp Quiz from your homes.
We hope you're having a great week at Virtual Camp, although maybe your rooms are just as messy as they are at Woodthorpe Park. But for now, it's quiz time.
All that you're going to need is a pen and paper, and ideally a brain, but I know that most of you don't have one of those, so you're just going to have to stick to the pen and paper.
Each round will be introduced by a selection of handsome leaders, and then one by Nikki. We're a bit stretched for lookers. And they will tell you exactly what to do in each round.
At the end of each round, you'll get the answers, and you just need to add up your scores, presuming that you get any right, and make a note of what you get in each round.
Once you're finished, we'll tell you what to do with your answers and your scores. Now to round one.
So welcome to the first round of the quiz, which is based on some of the game shows that you can see on the screen just now. So for the first two questions of this round, you will have slightly longer to answer them, but then for the rest of the questions, you will only have 10 seconds per question to answer. So this round's worth 10 points in total, so let's just get started. So the first question here, can you name 4 of the top 10 countries in the world by population? So I'm looking for 4 countries here, and you'll get 0.5 points per correct answer. Then moving on to question 2. So can you name 4 of the top 10 highest grossing Pixar movies? So which Pixar movies made the most money? So again, 0.5 points per correct answer. I'm just looking for 4 of the top 10 highest grossing Pixar movies. Moving on to question 3 now, slightly less time to answer these. So as of March 2020, how much was this item on Amazon? So it's a 2.62 kilo can of baked beans. You just put down A, B or C for this. Question 4. So how much is this Bear Grylls life-size cutout? As of March 2020 again. Question number 5. What is this commonly used phrase? Give you a wee second to work that one out. Question number 6 again. What one's this commonly used phrase? Question 7. What is this word that has been rearranged? The rest of these questions are just 1 point, by the way, from questions 3 to 8. And finally, question 8. What is this word that has been rearranged? So that's the last question in this round. Let's just move on to the answers. So for question 1, the top countries of the world by population. I'll reveal them one by one here. So China, then India, USA, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia and Mexico. So for each one of those you get half a point, a maximum of 2 points up for grabs there. Question 2, the highest grossing Pixar films. So it's Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, Finding Dory before that, Inside Out, Coco, Monsters University, Up and The Incredibles. For question 3, it was B, £12.79 for a big tin of baked beans. Question 4, it was C, £40 for a Bear Grylls cutout. Question 5, it was head over heels. Question 6, broken promise. Question 7, we one of the trickier ones, chocolate. And then finally question 8, it was spaghetti. So that's it for this round. I'm now going to hand over to Abigail for round 2.
Hello and welcome to round 2 of the quiz. Now I am the glamorous host of this round. My name's Abigail if I've never met you before. Hello. Now I know that Cammie's just given you a very intellectual round. However, the intelligence level of this upcoming round is even up one more notch on the intelligence scale. We're going to be discussing chips from the fast food chains. Now, don't get too excited, I can't provide you any in food form. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tempt you by showing the pictures on the screen, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to see if you can try and identify which fast food chain these chips came from, okay? When you work it out, I want you to write it down and then we'll see how well you do at the end. All the best! Okay, so for number 1, can you identify these chips? Have you seen them before in your meal? Can you work out where they're from? Which fast food chain are they from? Moving on to chips number 2 now. Do you recognise these? Can you remember eating these? Tell me where they're from. Number 3 now. Can you identify these? Now these ones are a little bit different looking to the other ones, but can you tell me why? Tell me which restaurant or fast food chain these chips are from. Chips number 4. Again, to me they all look the same, but can you tell the difference? If you can, write it down and tell me which fast food chain these chips are from. And finally, chips number 5, arguably wedges, but can you tell me where they're from? And now on to the answers. Number 1 was Burger King. Number 2 was McDonald's, the famous Mackie D's. Number 3 was Nando's, some cheeky looking chips there. Number 4 was KFC. And number 5 was Domino's. I'll now pass on to Nikki.
And now on to what is easily the best round of this year's virtual quiz. We hope that all week you've been listening into and learning from Scott, talking about stuff from the Bible. Now we're going to put your knowledge to the test. We've got some of the fun bits of the Bible, nothing boring here. All you need to do is listen to the question, and then there's multiple choice answers. Pick the right ones. We're going to find out which of you deserve to wear an amazing Technicolor dream coat, and which of you we're going to feed to the lion's den. Question 1. Which Bible character changed their name to Israel? Isaac, Israela, Jacob, Noah, Abraham, or Jesus? That's which Bible character changed their name to Israel? Question 2. When Jesus died, which of these 3 things also happened? The sky turned red, the tombs of the dead broke open, an earthquake, all babies in Jerusalem cried, the clock struck 12, or the temple veil tore in 2. That's when Jesus died, which of these 3 things also happened? Question 3. Which 2 characters in the Bible do not die? Is it Abednego, Shadrach, Elijah, Methuselah, Enoch, Jesus. Which two characters in the Bible do not die? Question 4. Which of these crazy events does not feature in the Bible? A talking donkey, the sun stopping in the sky, a knife getting stuck in a fat man's belly, someone living inside a fish for 3 days, a dead lion that has a beehive in it, or wine getting turned into water. That's which of these crazy events does not feature in the Bible. Question 5. When Elijah was starving with no food, who brought him bread and meat? Priests? Shepherds? Jen before she was camp director? Angels? Ravens? Or children? Question 6. Which of these things does the prophet Ezekiel not do? Eat bread that has been baked over poo? Grow a beard so long that it trails behind him? Lie on his side for 430 straight days? Or ate an entire scroll that God had given him? That's which of these things does the prophet Ezekiel not do? Question 7. Which of these languages was not one of the original languages used to write the Bible? Latin, Aramaic, Greek, or Hebrew? That's which of these languages was not one of the original languages used to write the Bible? Question 8. Which of these was the name of one of Noah's sons? Bacon, ham, gammon, or pork? That's which of these was the name of one of Noah's sons? Question 9. Which king did God punish and make live outside like an animal for 7 whole years? King David, King Ahab, King Nebuchadnezzar, or King Cyrus? Which king did God punish and make live outside like an animal for 7 whole years? And question 10. Which modern day country did Jesus not travel to according to the Gospel accounts? Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, or Israel? That's which modern day country did Jesus not travel to according to the Gospel accounts? And now on to the answers. Question 1. Which Bible character changed their name to Israel? The correct answer was C. Jacob. That is C. Jacob. For question number 2, when Jesus died, which of these 3 things also happened? The answers were B. The tombs of the dead broke open, C. An earthquake, and F. The temple veil tore in two. For question 3, which 2 characters in the Bible do not die? The answers were C. Elijah and E. Enoch. For question 4, which of these crazy events does not feature in the Bible? The only one that doesn't is F, wine being turned into water. For question 5, when Elijah was starving with no food, who brought him bread and meat? The correct answer is E, ravens. For question 6, which of these things does the prophet Ezekiel not do? The answer is B, grow a beard so long that it trailed behind him. That's B. For question 7, which of these languages was not one of the official languages used to write the Bible? The answer was A, Latin. That's A, Latin. For question 8, which of these was the name of one of Noah's sons? The correct answer is B, Ham. That's B, Ham. For question 9, which king did God punish and make live outside like an animal for 7 whole years? The answer was C, King Nebuchadnezzar. That's C. And for question 10, which modern day country did Jesus not travel to according to the Gospel accounts? The answer is B, Saudi Arabia. That's B, Saudi Arabia. And that's the end of the Bible round.
So for round 4, we're going around the globe, and for each question I want you to tell me where I am. There will be a landmark on the screen and I need to know the city where it is. So let's just get started. So for question 1, where am I? Moving on to question 2. Again, just the city required for these. Question 3. Hint for this one would be to look at the shadow. On to question 4. Question 5 now. Question 6. Question 7. And question 8. Not great quality here, but you should be able to still see some landmarks. Now for question 9, I just want to know the country that this landmark is in. I'll give you a few more seconds to work out what that landmark is. Moving on to the last question, question 10. Only the country for this one as well. And that's the last question, so we'll just move on to the answers now. So question 1, it was Sydney. Question 2, so that's the Sydney Opera House there. Question 2 was Washington DC, so that's the White House you can see on the screen. Question 3, Paris with the Eiffel Tower. Question 4 was the Pyramid of Giza, so I'll give you either Giza or Cairo for that one. Question 5, it was the Nou Camp in Barcelona. Question 6, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Question 7, the Statue of Liberty is there on the right and it's New York City. Question 8, you can see the London Eye at the top of your screen there, so that's London. Question 9 is a bit of a trickier one, it's the Great Wall of China, obviously in China. And question 10, the Christ the Redeemer statue is there on the right, so that's Brazil. So that's the end of this round. I'm going to hand over to Abigail, who's going to take you through the 5th round.
And guess who's back? Welcome to round 5 of the quiz. So for you keen quizzers, we need your help. The lockdown has taken its toll on some celebrities and camp leaders. They're looking a bit rough around the edges, they've got some grey hair and some wrinkles. So it's your job to try and identify who they are. You just need to write down who it is and we'll reveal the answers at the end. Have fun! Okay, so starting off with number 1. Who is this? Can you identify this famous person looking beyond the grey hair and the wrinkles? Try and work out who this is. Okay, on to number 2. Can anyone identify who this lovely lady is? Write it down once you know. On to number 3 now. Can you identify who this person is? Now they've got a head full of hair, some of it grey, quite a lot of forehead wrinkles. Can you actually identify who this is? On to number 4 now, perhaps a little trickier, but I'm sure there are many of you who know who this is. She's not shown as much grey hair, but I can see some wrinkles there. On to number 5 now. If you know who this person is, write it down, because that answer may be a correct answer and could be the winning answer. On to number 6 now. Now I'm sure most of you will know who this is, but can you identify who it is? Can you see beyond the wrinkles and the grey hair here? Can we recognise that smile, perhaps? On to number 7 now. We have a camp leader giving you a clue. See if you can identify this person from beyond the grey hair. On to number 8 now. We have another camp leader, but can you identify who it is? And on to number 9. Again, another well-known camp leader, but can you tell who this person is beyond the wrinkles? And last but not least, we have number 10 here. Not a camp leader, but you can probably tell, famous person from the strip that they're wearing. Can you work out who it is? Try and identify them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the answers now. I'm trusting all of you that you're going to be honest. I don't want any cheats. No one likes a cheat. So let's be honest here when we're marking. Okay, number 1 was Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister. Can you tell who it is? Now I'm providing the pictures with the grey and the wrinkles, so you can see it. This is Boris Johnson. Number 2 was Taylor Swift. If you wrote Taylor Swift, give yourself a big tick, because that tick equals a point. Could be the point that helps you win. Moving on to number 3 now. This guy is Harry Styles. So I actually thought it looked like Colin Firth. So the first time I saw it, so I was wrong. However, if you wrote Harry Styles, then you're correct. On to number 4 for you TikTok lovers out there, Addison Rae. I saw all your TikToks earlier on in the week, they were fab. Do you follow this person? You might recognise them if you do. On to number 5 now, we have Zendaya, a Disney Channel actress, I believe. If you got this one correct, well done. I thought this was the hardest one in it, so well done if you got this one right. On to number 6, we have Cristiano Ronaldo, world famous footballer. I'm sure most of us have heard of him, the famous Ronaldo, but did you actually recognise who he was underneath these wrinkles and grey hair? On to number 7, we have our camp leader, Samuel Biggart. If you managed to get this one correct, well done. I thought this face app was pretty brutal on Samuel, so there we go. You got that one correct, then well done. And the same goes on for number 8 as well. This is Murray Angus, another camp leader, and again, the face app was not very forgiving, giving these guys a lot of wrinkles and grey hair. Maybe it's an insight into the future. You'll need to come back to camp in 40 years to find out. And on to number 9, we have Leanne Watson, again another famous camp leader. Did you recognise who it was? If you did, well done. And on to number 10 just now, we have a famous footballer, Scottish footballer, Lee Griffiths. If you recognised him, congratulations, because that is a point. And that's the end of this round. I'll now pass on to Craig.
Hello and welcome to the LEGO Landmarks round. During this round, you'll be shown a LEGO model of a famous city or building, and you'll have 10 seconds to guess where it is. Let's begin. Question 1. Which famous city is this? Question 2. Which famous city is this? Question 3. Which famous city is this? Question 4. Which famous city is this? Question 5. Which famous city is this? Question 6. Which famous building is this? Question 7. Which famous building is this? Question 8. Which famous building is this? Question 9. Which famous building is this? And question 10. Which famous building is this? Hopefully you enjoyed that. I will now read out the answers. Question 1. The answer is Paris. Question 2. The answer is London. Question 3. The answer is New York. Question 4. The answer is Dubai. Question 5. The answer is San Francisco. Question 6. The answer is Old Trafford. Question 7. The answer is Hogwarts. Question 8. The answer is Trafalgar Square. Question 9. Taj Mahal? Question 10. The White House.
So that's it for the end of this year's quiz.
We hope you enjoyed and didn't struggle too much. We're looking at you, Ben Clark.
Now to the all-important part of finding out who won. If you've added up all of your totals from all of the rounds, then you should have a final score.
We want you to take that score and post it in the comments section of this video. And after we've got everyone scoring, we'll announce the winner.
But we do know that quite a lot of you are dirty cheats, and so we will be making sure that we get evidence from the winner.
That's all from us.
See you tomorrow for the last day of virtual camp.